Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. I hope everyone out there is staying warm in this colder weather. Right now, it is about 40 to 35 degrees here in Houston. So I'm trying to stay warm myself by staying in the house, not really going out too much. But with that being said, we're going to be looking at Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and I'm excited to share my thoughts with you guys. So stay tuned. I remember like it was yesterday, my 5-year-old self sitting in front of the TV in my parents' room playing Sonic 2. From my memory, this was the first video game I've ever played. I remember going through all the zones and having a blast while doing it. This game holds many memories for me and developed my love for Sonic as a character and the series. Before we get into the game itself, let's talk about how Sonic 2 came to be. After the success of Sonic 1, it was a no-brainer that Sega was going to create a sequel. We finally have a 2D mascot that can go toe-to-toe with the king of platforming, Mario. Yuji Naka, who was the brainchild behind Sonic, left Sega over some internal disputes. He wasn't gone long before Mark Curry, the founder of Sega Technical Institute, offered Yuji Naka a deal which he could not refuse and offered him more creative freedom. Yuji Naka was back. Sonic 2 was developed in America with both Sega of America and Sega of Japan collaborating on the project. Sonic 2 was released in America on November 24th, right on time for the holiday season. If I remember correctly, Sonic 2 was even bundled with some of the Genesis consoles to increase the amount of new players introduced to Sonic. Very smart move on Sega's behalf. Well, right off the bat, we are greeted with a much more colorful title screen. And wait, who is that? Well, this game introduces a character named Tails, who would later become one of the staple characters in the entire franchise. Tails was created to give Sonic a sidekick and also made it possible to have 2 players in Sonic 2. Tails follows you around the entire game and can completely destroy bosses because, well, he's invincible. Even if Tails gets crushed, falls off the stage, he comes right back. For some awesome 2-player co-op action, have a friend pick up the second controller and jump right in. So the story for Sonic 2 is pretty much the same as Sonic 1. Stop Eggman from kidnapping animals and taking over the world. Simple. So starting with Emerald Hill Zone, right off the bat you can see the improvements with the sprite quality, and wow does this game move much faster. I guess blast processing is a real thing, huh? We are now introduced to a new move called the Spin Dash, which becomes one of Sonic's most iconic moves in the franchise. By holding down the directional pad and pressing the jump button continuously, Sonic will rev up and take off with a burst of speed. I love using the Spin Dash for areas that allows me to go fast. Emerald Hill is pretty much a reimagined version of Green Hill, and it's a fun level to speed through. Chemical Plant Zone is another iconic Sonic stage. People really love this stage, and the music is one of the most recognizable tracks in the series. This level also offers many speed sections, and sometimes you can go so fast that you can outrun the screen. Blast processing. This stage also has clear pipes you can jump through, raising water levels to avoid, and questionable hit detection in certain areas, so be careful. Aquatic Ruin Zone is a really fun stage with great music, but it can be very dangerous. You'll be spending a good amount of time underwater, so make sure that you look out for those air bubbles. The only issue I have with the stage is the questionable enemy placement. It's really frustrating when I get a good amount of speed and bam, I get hit out of nowhere. Just be prepared. Casino Night Zone is a casino themed zone, obviously, but the theme has become a staple in the 2D Sonic series. This stage has tons of opportunities to stack up on tons of rings and lives. You just have to jump in one of the slot machines and, well, try your luck. This level is a little slower than others due to the bumpers placed all over the stage. You also have the occasional elevator, which also make your travel much slower compared to other levels. Hilltop Zone is an interesting level to say the least. This is a mountain level that really requires patience. I don't really care for this stage too much, but it's not unbearable. Not much to say here. Mystic Cave Zone is one of my favorite stages in Sonic 2. I love the Dark Forest aesthetic, and the music is pretty awesome too. There are many possible traps here, especially that one trap that throws you in a pit of spikes and make it impossible to get out. Who designed this? Besides that, I love the stage, and I feel like this stage is definitely underrated. Oil Ocean. The oil in this stage is harmless if you can jump out before Sonic sinks down to the bottom of the oil. Sonic is also blasted out of these circular cannons. For some reason, this stage reminds me a lot of Donkey Kong Country. Metropolis Zone. Whoever thought this enemy placement was a good idea needs to be fired. This level is one of the most infuriating Sonic levels in Sonic history. This level has some of the cheapest enemy placement I have ever seen. This is truly ridiculous. Sky Chase Zone is relatively short, but I love the music here. Tails flies a plane known as the Tornado through the sky full of enemies. It is pretty easy. I find Sky Chase actually pretty relaxing. Wing Fortress Zone is a fun level, but be careful at certain parts. I always get really nervous when jumping from these bars. If you miss, well, you die. This stage has many bottomless pits, so be careful, but have fun. After Wing Fortress, we jump onto Eggman's ship and fly to the Death Egg. We fight two bosses back to back, one being Supersonic, which I assume is a prototype to Metal Sonic. We really don't see this guy anymore after this game besides small cameos in Sonic Adventure and Sonic Mania. After Supersonic, we fight the Death Egg, which is one of the most iconic fights in the Sonic series. After you defeat Eggman, well, the world is at peace once again. Now, if you collected all the Chaos Emeralds, you will see Supersonic at the end of the game. Who is Supersonic, you may ask? Well, once you collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds by completing the special stages at checkpoints, you will have access to Supersonic. Supersonic is essentially your reward for going above and beyond. Supersonic is much faster, has invincibility, and can jump way higher. The only downside, you lose rings rather quickly in this form, so please be mindful. So, do I recommend Sonic the Hedgehog 2 today? Absolutely. This game improves on everything from the first game. Much faster pace, great music, better boss battles, and the inclusion of a second character, Tails. This game also offers multiplayer, but honestly, you're not missing anything by not playing this. There is no bad version of this game in my opinion, but if you were to play it today, I would highly recommend that you check out the iOS, 3DS, and Switch port. This version of the game includes some cut content that did not make the original release, and of course, improved visuals. Alright guys, as always, I want to thank you all for checking out my review. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment down below with your feedback. Next time we're going to be here together for a review, we're going to be doing a 2-part review for Sonic 3 and Knuckles, so I can't wait to share that with you guys. But with that being said, stay warm, have a wonderful night, and I'll see you next time. Peace.